welcome to the interview, an A-Team special. Nice to see you all here today, guys.
Hi.
So today we're going to be talking about the event 80's Throwback. So Nicole, how did the team do with planning the event?
Overall, I think the team did very well, but we did realise that planning an event is a lot of hard work. So the main things we had to plan were the venue and the catering, so they were sorted pretty quickly. But I think when you're planning an event, you always forget about the small details. So on the night, we forgot about silly things like sellotape and things like that. So I think the team as a whole learned from that when you're planning an event, always plan the big things first, but then also make a checklist of the small things that need to be done as well, because that's the ones that can catch you out on the night.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Lucy, was it all plain sailing?
Well, despite, as Nicole said, trying to be really fully prepared, say around half an hour before the event was due to begin, I'd say we were all pretty nervous. Planning doesn't stop on the night. You've got to be pretty organised for your night to be a success. So one thing that we did was we drew up a detailed timeline or programme of the event, and this was really great because it just let everyone know the rules for the night and what we needed to do. However, with events management, not everything always goes to plan, and there was a few technical difficulties and late arrivals. So one skill you definitely need in events management is to be reactive to your guests and external factors. So on the night we actually made a really quick consensus decision to swap timings around, and that just meant that the quiz wasn't starting too late, and also that we were fulfilling our objective of trying to raise awareness. So we moved the charity presentation backwards.
So Logan, looking back, how do you think you could have got a better insight into the customers?
So we tried to get insight through a variety of ways. First of all, we did a market research survey before the event, and we thought this was really good at getting people's opinions about the types of activities that they'd like to see. But in order to improve that, we could have a larger scale survey, because we only sent it out within our personal networks, so we didn't really get the opinion of the public as a whole, which we could have got. And also, as in terms of evaluating our event, after the event we did a feedback questionnaire at the end of the night, which was good because we got to see what people thought and how successful we were in creating our event. But the response rate was fairly low, and also, as a lot of them were our friends or people that we know, the answers could have been biased. So in order to, if we were to repeat the process, we could have an expanded survey sent out to people that we don't know in order to gain a true insight into what people thought.
Great. Okay, Senan, how do you think the event impacted the charity?
Well, working alongside the Foodbank has really opened our eyes to the social reality facing a lot of inhabitants of Glasgow. It has reshaped our perception of who the charity is and what it's done, as well as how it operates. And as we raised a plea for food donations throughout the process of selling tickets, it struck us that these contributions could really help a family, and that they could really supply a family as well as single people with what they need for 3-day emergency food packages. Reflecting back upon the last 12 weeks, our team's awareness of hunger within the UK has significantly increased, and as we now complete our weekly shop, we are not only appreciate how fortunate we really are, but we are reminded of the great need for food that there is in Glasgow. And this normal and perhaps mundane act of shopping is actually a privilege that many don't have.
So on the whole, the team learned a lot of knowledge, and they gained a lot of skills from planning this event. The first one is organisation skills, because we realised how much planning has to go into an event and how much attention to detail you really need to have. We also learned the importance of being professional when contacting companies looking for raffle prizes and for help with catering, venue and decorations. Each of these skills will help us in the future, whether it be in future jobs or future university careers, because these are all skills which are sought after by employers and will help when doing assignments and things in the future.
Furthermore, we also learned to have a plan B in all situations in events. For example, on the evening we had some technical problems, and I think that as a team we learned that it's really important to have a plan B, because when these kind of things happen, you need to have a contingency plan in place to replace that. Also, we learned a lot about scheduling issues. Our event was on the same night as the Glasgow Taxis Cup, and I think that we learned if you plan for that kind of eventuality, then you can gain a greater attendance at your event.
And now we have our guest speaker, Audrey, manager of the Foodbank. Now, how will these donations help the future of the Foodbank?
The cash donation that you've given will greatly help us because we don't just need food, we also need to buy things like racking and storage boxes, these kind of things. So from that point of view it's great. The food itself, as I've looked at it, will actually cover 2 families for the 3 days, so you've given me enough to do 2 families. Now, in understanding that, you need to know that last year alone we fed 7,500 people. So when you know that, you see that the impact this food has for what you're giving to us. Can I just say at this point as well, I am greatly impressed by the work that all the people did for this event and what you've been able to donate to us. It has made a marvellous contribution to the food bank, so thank you.
Thank you, Audrey.
We are the A team and we hope you enjoyed 80's Throwback!